Narayana. Great, wonderful. Shrotas and Sadhakas, hearty welcome to you all and also congratulations. Wishes for being so consistent, regular in this Shravana of the great Shastras from morning till evening. By God's grace, Guru's grace, we are trying to do. Welcome you all. I remember the 13 Vyaktitvas to be strengthened. Lokasevaka Dharmastapaka Viragi Bhakta Shishya Mokshu Jignasu Shrota Sadhaka Parishrami Prerita Prashanta Gambhira and also the Samskrita Bhasha Jnata. Let us with Shraddha Bhakti remember all the six sources of help, the Brahma Tattva, the Ishvara Tattva, the Jagannmata, the Sakala Devatagana, the Guru Gana, and also the Shruti Mata. Shwethashwathara Upanishad is the thing which we are studying, friends. First chapter, last two mantras we have to do. In fact, each of these mantras are so powerful, so complete in communicating to us the goal and means. So, etad ज्ञेयं नित्यमेव आत्मसंस्थं नातः परं वेदितव्यं हि किंचित भोक्ता भोग्यम प्रेरितारं च मत्वा सर्वं प्रोक्तम त्रिविधम ब्रह्ममेतत् is a very crucial shloka like the hub of a wheel. Then we are told about the pranava to be used for the upasana to be able to achieve it and how to do it to tell us the four examples also are given. Then to be able to do all of them, we have to be mentally fit and prepared. For achieving all that, mental fitness and preparation, two very, very crucial, essential sadhanas practices are told. Here we are in trying to understand them, trying to understand the importance of them. That's how the 15th mantra study. 16th mantra we will be told ki how that experience of the Brahma Tattva or how he looks like that Brahmagnani who discovers the self inside, and that will be told to us. So these two mantras we try to study today. Friends, before that, enjoy that 3 minutes of Sankalpa Prarthana, including the entire universe in our sadhana. That not that we are alone growing, but let every being in the world get spiritually evolved. For that, we are doing Sankalpa as well as whatever sadhanas we are doing at our level. Though it looks to be small in its quantity, but with our prayers and God's grace, it can have its qualitative influence on the entire universe. So, for that only daily we are doing Sankalpa and the Prarthanas are to get ourselves empowered and blessed for this successful journey of this Shastra Adhyanam. Before that, friends, like every day, let us spend 10-15 minutes in doing some Antaschintana Manana under the title of Common Sense Thought. In today's Common Sense Thought, two or three or four things assorted we'll try to see. First thing today we think about is key, the most necessary way of the good qualities for any achievement in the world and for spirituality. Let us recognize those qualities and imbibe them in us. You know, the quality of very important self confidence, the quality of commitment, the quality of willingness, the quality of applying ourselves, You know, such very, very important things that I have to do mentality. I can do mentality. I should do mentality. These are the things many a times we need, but we lack them. These things, the confidence aspect mainly, the utsaha aspect mainly, that then this commitment, that vrata aspect, it is so essential and beautiful. If these type of all the necessary qualities, one by one we recognize them and we bring into ourselves. The sincerity aspect, the idea of not giving up aspect, isn't it? These are the many, many very, very good qualities we have to have. Note them down. They are all there in us, but may not be in the sufficient length or strength. So let us become very, very strong in each of these most essential things. They are required for the outer worldly pursuits of whatever they are. More so also for spirituality. Hmm. Let these good qualities be not compromised for any reason. They should always, keep on pumping us. Look at the great achievers in the world. You can see from them how confident they are, how much is that willpower they have developed. More than everything is self confidence and willpower. Sankalpa Shakti and Atmasthairiam, we call them. They are very, very essentials. The willpower means power to will and execute the will. That this is what I want to do and I shall do that and I do it. And for that, I can do is called as the confidence aspect. And then that dedicated commitment at some or the other altar. This is how the inner personality has to be molded for greater successes. Point one. Second point today in our common sense thought is key whatever sadhanas, good ones which we are doing, very good they are, many of us, many of them. We have to keep on refining them only, polishing them only, beautifying them only, and doing them in a better manner, perfect manner day by day. Because what we are doing is ultimate, which are sanctioned by the Shastras, etc. वही हम कर रहे, अच्छी बात है, but let us also improve the quality of doing them for quicker and definite effective results. Whatever sadhanas which you are seeing, whether you may be doing nama japa, is not that one enough for moksha? Yes, but how? When it is done with the highest quality. Is not bhajana kirtana great sadhana? How many sadhakas, bhaktas? With that sadhana, got the Bhagavan's darshana, kripa, and the moksha. Then the shastra adhenam, toughest of all. But if one is doing it, it can be done qualitatively. It can be improved upon. Even this class, I as a speaker, you as a listener. So the second aspect is whatever we are doing, adhyatmika sadhanas, let them be improved upon. Let the quality be added to it. How do we do that? When you more value it, when you love it, when we become single pointed towards it, qualitative improvement can be done and should be done. Nowadays, you see in the world, whoever are improve upon the quality, and they are excelling in the world. A small kirana shop or any grocery shop start kiya, so he improves the quality of the items, cleanliness, the workers, the way of packing, giving. अब क्वालिटी बढ़ता है तो लोग भी अप्रिशिएट करते हैं. Customers become increased and permanent. Don't we see that? In the same way, whether we are doing our Bhagavad Upasana, let it have the quality. Any of the thing, Guru Upasana we do, let it be quality. Some mantrocharana we are doing, stotra patadi, let it be qualitative. And definitely we must know that anything when it has to be done with quality, it needs the due time to be given, necessary time. So we have to find it. Not that time is not there. Plenty it is there. We should know the art of managing it. So this is the second one. So one is referent qualities we have to bring in ourselves, necessary of them, like the self-confidence, the willpower, the commitment, etc. Second one is whatever we are doing already, let them be improved upon qualitatively. Third one, very good one is these satsangas which we are listening, Subha, Dopar, Sham, they are of highest quality, very good stuff it is. Upanishads, Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, and which is telling us about how the Jagat is Kalpita or Mithya and all. So the third aspect is, can we become master of this knowledge, or can we deeply listen, study, contemplate on this knowledge and gain it perfectly? Because on this basis only everything else is there. In fact, यहाँ जो हम तत्व ज्ञान लगातार सुन रहे हैं, if we really become true to it, serious to it, sincere to it, all else will follow automatically. Best blessings Lord is giving to us is this Shastra Shravana. Can we be very more committed to it? In the sense, again, we do the homework of studying every sloka, understanding it, noting it, and then adding to our sadhanas, strengthening our sadhana, which we are already doing with the help of this newly gained knowledge. Or the same Tattva more manana, more chintana. Can we do so? Means, can we make more use of these good programs which we are doing, the Shastra Adhyanams? Isn't it? How many texts we are seeing every day? 2 plus evening 4, 6 and in between the 3 texts. तो इसके लिए भी देना पड़ता है टाइम, प्यार देना पड़ता है, इच्छा होना पड़ता है. Those things when we can inculcate and try to make better use of these sessions. Anyway, we are coming, anyway, we are listening. So, before it becomes mechanical or routine or boring, and we leave these classes as others do, isn't it? Can we make better use of these and find that meaning in them as well as in our life? And then get that enthusiasm to listen more and more, study more and more, know more and more. तत्व तो एक ही होता है, उसी के बारे में कहना होता है. But the ways that are used to tell, the logics, the yuktis, the examples, the upamanas, the drishtantas, the akhyayikas, so each of them have their own ability to give clear picture and strengthen this knowledge. That's why we are doing study of so many books. See, the Dhanyastakam. Subject is not new, but how beautiful it is put. Te Dhanya. Yesterday, see that clarity in one sloka? Essence is given, those two slokas. अज्ञानभङ्गपरिमग्नमपेतसारं दुःखालयं मरणजन्मजरावसक्तं संसारबन्धनमनित्यमवेक्ष धन्याः ज्ञानासिना तदवशीर्य विनिश्चयन्ति शान्तैरनन्यमतिभिर्मधुरस्वभावैः एकत्वनिश्चितमनोभिरपेतमोहैः साकं वनेषु विजितात्म चरन्ति धन्याः. See, विमृशन्ति सम्यगनिशं विमृशन्ति धन्याः. What a good slokas they are all. So, let us make improvement of this. So too our Kartika Masa Mahima, and how many very good prayers, sadhanas, confidences, assurances, guidances we are getting in our Skanda Purana study. Not a small one it is. Great things are being given. And what to talk about Yoga Vasishta Maharamayana? Yesterday तो सारे साधनाएं बता दिए गए हमको. So idea is tough it is because we are not only a good, serious, sincere sadhakas, but we're also the victims of our habits, our prarabdhas. Therefore, as expected highest level, we may not be able to do. But always in life or more than the result, our sincere effort is what matters. Whether it is possible or not, we are definitely victims of our prarabdha and other obligations, etc. Nobody can deny it. Even though all of them can be at one highest level of commitments, one can kick them away. Like yesterday it was said, no, day before. त्यक्त्वा ईशनात्रयम् अवेक्षित मोक्ष मार्ग कर सकते हैं, but rare breed of sadhakas can do. You and I little less so much serious or blessed. Therefore, we may be the victims of the health issues, victims of so many other things. Therefore, we may not be able to do. Yet the try, the effort itself, very beautiful it is. So third thing is making better use of already what we are doing our these classes. These our particular studies of whether it is Shwethashwathara or Gita or Yoga Vasishta or whichever you are attending. Third point is this one. Today. Fourth one today is little important one key along with inculcating good qualities, along with doing some committed sadhanas in life, the importance of this thing we must know. What is it? So many blockades are there, self made, self created, self invited in ourselves, in our life. So many unwanted, unnecessary involvements or habits, which are just diluting or neutralizing the beautiful sadhanas we are doing. So, along with doing good things, giving up the not good things or bad things, also very important equal sadhana. We have to make a list of it. Which are the things in which my time is wasted, my energy is wasted. More than that, my mind is getting distracted or disturbed or agitated or taken away from the goal or even weakened. Which are those things? We can list out in our life, each one of us are inadvertently, carelessly involving in many things. Which are they? If we can recognize, throw them away and never think for ourselves. Many of us neglect that aspect, isn't it? Involve in such things which have no purpose or meaning. Worldly also purpose नहीं है उसका, spiritually तो है ही नहीं है. But then we have attended to them. Then the instrument is one only the mind. Mind is disturbed by that. Mind is involved in it. Mind gets those thoughts. Those vasanas are formed. So that art of giving up, which is not required, which is obstruction to sadhana, is not an ordinary achievement. Very tough it is because उन चीजों में एक तरह का मजा आता है. अभ्यास रमणम it is called. The habitual happiness comes through them. Some of them seeming to be useful, let us continue them, but many are there, not at all useful. At the most, it's only an entertainment. But can we, at this age of ours, afford to waste our moments on the name of entertainment? How much of the sadhanas we have to do, how much of the progress we have to achieve? I have सब छोड़ के, how can we be still at this age victims of that so-called entertainment? So-called some of the unwanted obligations or attachments कुछ होते हैं हमारे अंदर, अब उन सबको त्यागना पड़ता है ना. See which are the ones. Each one have their own things, irrespective of age, etc. If one is not careful, then they will go on going with us. Right from many, many years they are with us. We cannot afford to continue them. Like, such some of the doings, some of the habits, some of the involvements, some of the people necessarily we have to give up when we have taken up the spiritual path. Some of their undertaking also, because they are contradictory to this. They're wastage of time है ना. अब देखो एक बार मार्ग में आ गए अध्यात्म का, बदलना भी चाहिए ना. नाम के वास्ते तो आए नहीं हम. आर वी सीरियस और नॉट, सिंसियर और नॉट? If serious or sincere, then we have to change, which are not required here. When we have not entered here, maybe we were involving in them. अब इसमें आने के बाद we can't afford, because it just wastes our time. There's nothing spiritual about it. Like many people are members in many clubs and that. ठीक है, आध्यात्मिक मार्ग में आने से पहले तक सब ठीक है. Once you have come here, that has nothing to do with this. So one has to think about it. Can I afford to that way use time for this? Or can I withdraw time from that and apply here? टाइम एंड एनर्जी दोनों चीजें ना. टाइम तो रुकता है नहीं, ये भागता है. एनर्जी, whether we do useful work or useless, that energy goes away. Again to recoup that energy and start doing टाइम अगेन, उसके लिए फिर रेस्ट लेना पड़ता है. सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट द ह्यूमन लाइफ, वेरी प्रेशियस. Again, when do we get? We don't know whether we get in this way only as we got now. Certainty तो नहीं है ना. हो भी सकता है इससे अच्छा भी, but we don't know. We know what we are now. So because of that reason also, the art of giving up many many unwanted things, tough job है वो. But क्या करें, टफ चीज को करना ही आध्यात्मिक साधना है. That alone rewards our pace. So the fourth thing is this one. More than or along with doing what we are supposed to do, you also have to give up what is not required. And some of them can be reduced. You may not give it up. Many things can be given up. Like you have to talk to your children. You can't give them up suddenly, but you can reduce it. Instead of talking for 40 minutes, you can say 20 minutes. 20 minutes बच गया ना. Some things you can't avoid, but you can reduce. Some things totally we can give up. And we need the guts for courage for it. And the feeling in me that I can be without them. That sort of the thing. नहीं तो क्या है, एक तरफ स्पिरिचुअल साधक का क्लेम करते हैं, we are not doing justice to it. And then we only will be disappointed for not being able to do good things and achieve. ओके, चार बातें हो गई. और पांचवा क्या है? कुछ नहीं है, पांचवा चार ही है. So fifth can be, we can think like this scheme. I don't know whether you like it or not. Who are the people whom we value so much, giving us the time? Children, grandchildren. Nobody gives time because they are busy in their own activities. And after all, they have to make their own life or not. And the most funniest thing, the murkhata, I am using very strong word, sorry, in us is what? What do you mean by they giving us time? Is it not stupid actually? Keys, it is not they giving us time, but we are wasting our time. So when they are so beautifully, the worldly people, committedly doing their works, not giving time to us, why should we ask time from others? Why should we give time to others? Don't we have our own goal? Should we not also, like them, do something and achieve for ourselves spiritual and have the satisfaction of it? हाँ, हर एक बंदा अपने अपने में काम में बिजी है. We are only Murak low that we are emotional because in the before spiritual life coming, we were like that. Because of that emotion, we want to give our time and waste our time for others, and we want others also give time to us. कोई जरूरत नहीं है. हमें अपना करना है, अपना अचीव करना है. How much of japa we have to do, how many stotras we have to learn, how many of the Upanishads repeatedly we have to study. तो इन शॉर्ट एवरी बंदा अपना अपना करके अचीव कर रहा है ना. ये रिक्शा वाला रिक्शा चलाता है, पैसे ले आके घर देता है, और दूसरा बंदा अर्निंग मनी एंड गिविंग एट होम समथिंग इज बाइंग. A doctor doing his profession, a lawyer doing his profession. See the vigorness and aggressiveness of the politicians. They are doing their work. Businessmen are doing big way. See the cricket players, कितना वो लोग लगे रहते हैं. The cinema actors, सब अपने अपने में लगे हैं. तो हम क्यों बेकार है? हम क्यों नहीं लगे रहते हैं अपने काम में? We should not be available to anyone. That much we have to be involved in our sadhana. In this way, if we see, though our goal is spiritual, others are having worldly goal. As regards the performance and achievement concerned, they are much better than us, isn't it? And we can see also, except for the field that they have taken worldly, not spiritual, they are more committed. They are more. You ask them time. The Papa time नहीं है, दादाजी time नहीं है. They say that time actually हमको नहीं है, हम चले जा रहे हैं. They have lot of time. So that outlook, that when they are doing and achieving, why can't I? In a positive way, in inspiration. Not that we are competing with them or fighting with them. That all bachpana hai. No. When each professional is doing his work, and you can see every day how many of them, the taxi drivers, the auto chalane wale, the people who sell the things for their livelihood, हर बंदा अपना committed है. When you see their commitment, you really have to salute or respect. Don't see the other two aspects. That their worldly goal is artha kama and they may have some other negative qualities. उसको हमें देखना है, उससे हमें क्या फायदा. हमें ये देखना है either postman coming committedly या the electricity bill वाला आ रहा है दूध वाला. Everybody is doing their work and they have no time for us. I see that only. Even people have no time to give to me for my classes and all. Why should I waste time for those fellows? And not outside, inside the mind. And also do your sadhana. We have to also prove something, do something, achieve something for our own feeling of dhanyata, feeling of the fulfillment. Yes, I have done. And ours are not outer and internal. And it is subtle, unseen. They are all. Ours are in mastering our the Viveka Vairagyas, in mastering our Shamadhamadi, in mastering our Shastra Jnana, in mastering our Manana Chintana. Isn't it? Our masteries are these ones. Our mastery is in more and more devotion, surrender to the Guru God. Our mastery is in calming and quietening the mind, eliminating those impurities, vasanas. Our job is to slowly start establishing in the identity that we are the self. हमारे ये वाले चीजें हमको पाना है. Unlike the outer people, those who get money and the object and indulgence, उनका वो तीन ही होते हैं. For us, these are the crucial things. So, learn from people and their commitments and achievements. Let us also do our jobs. How many millions of people every day they do. Even the birds also, everyone, animal, every one of them are committed. देखो, and they don't give time to others. And we, as if we don't have our own goal, look out for someone. For our entertainment or time pass or out of some obligation. वही नहीं किसी को जरूरत है तो आएगा वो. अगर वो जरूरत भी उसका what you can, if it is a correct one, then we give time. Otherwise, say, no, you go somewhere else. So हम अपने आप का अपने समय का हमें इज्जत देना है. We have to respect. We have to revere. We have to value our own time, our own life, our own goals, our own efforts, our own achievements. Generally, we miss this very crucial aspect. As much a worldly बंदा respects his worldly work, उसमें एक दिन का भी हम अपने आध्यात्मिक गोल को रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं, नहीं करते. How can it be? It's a sin. Let us feel it like that. When such a sacred job we have taken up, blessed by the Guru and God, how much respect, reverence, value we have to give it, we have to give to it, and express that given respect as committed, fully involved in it. So, in all these things, when we grow, then only the proper growth is happening. Spirituality is not one angled, one sided growth, it is all in all, and it's a continuous effort. Then, one side, we have to feel regretted and guilty for not doing many things. Another side, again, we have to feel regretted and guilty for not achieving some things. Third side, feeling confident and happy for whatever we are doing. Balance करते हुए चलना पड़ता. If there is no regret and guilt, then we get habituated of not doing. Therefore, out of that regret and guilt, we expect an inspiration to come. Therefore, we have to have them. And also from the things that are achieved, good I could achieve. Remember it. From that also, inspiration only to do more, not the arrogance. So the arrogance of success nahi hona chahiye. Regrets of, guilts of not doing, we have to entertain. Then only from that we can get inspiration and do. So it's a very delicate art of using that thing. जैसे कल मैंने साधना नहीं किया, तो I can justify it also and say today also will not do. I can feel also यार कल क्यों नहीं किया मैंने, पागल था मैं, आज तो मैं जरूर करूंगा. Isn't it? That type of thing we are seeing. And anxieties will be there. They have to be there. All those seemingly non-positive feelings, if they give us the positive push, that's called Vishada becoming yoga. If you can make the Vishada as yoga, yes, let them come. Means what? Not able to do things. How many times every day there are great skills in us. That जो हमने प्लान किया, जो हमने कमिट किया, वो कर ही नहीं पा रहे. From that we have why I am not able to do. What are the mistakes, weaknesses? We have to go on finding them, eliminating. So 5 plus 1, 6 things we have seen today. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Namo Brahmadibhyo, Brahmavidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo, Om Sarashibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhya, Om Yerime Gurubhi Purvam, Padavakya Pramanatah, Vyakyatah Sarva Satchastraha Vedantaha, Tan Nityam Pranatosmyaham, Shankaram Shankaracharyam, Keshavam Badarayanam, Sutra Bhashya Kruta Vande, Bhagavantau Punah Punah, Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam, Vishaje Bhavaroginam, Gurave Sarva Lokanam, Dakshinamurtaye Namaha, Shrutismriti Alayam Karunalayam, Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram, Karunavarunalaya Palayamam, Bhavasagara Dukkha Viduna Hrudam, Rachaya Kila Darshana Tattvavidam, Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam, Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam, Kevalam Jnanamurtim, Dandvatitam Gaganasadusham, Tattvamasyaadilaksham, Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam, Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam, Bhavaतीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म से वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम सनातन धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालयादीनां भू भागादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना ज्ञाग साधना सेवादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थं अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। Om Adau Parayanam. 16 say, let us chant of the last chapter. 16 to they are 23 means 8 are there 4 mantras. 16, 17, 18, 19 20 की 22 कल. ओम सविश्वकृद्विश्वविदात्मयोनिः ज्ञः कालकारो गुणी सर्वविद्यः प्रधानक्षेत्रज्ञ पतिर्गुणेशः संसारमोक्षस्थितिबन्धहेतुः सतन्मयो हि अमृत ईश संस्थः ज्ञः सर्वगो भुवनस्यास्य गोप्ता य ईशेष्य जगतो नित्यमेव नान्यो हेतुर्विद्यते ईशनाय यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तगंह देवम् आत्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये निष्कलं निष्क्रियं शान्तं निरवध्यं निरञ्जनम् अमृतस्य परं सेतुं दग्धेन्दनमिवानलम् ॐ नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सो तिलेषु तैलं दधिनीव सर्पिः आपः स्रोतस्सु अरणीषु चाग्निः एवम् आत्मा आत्मनि गृह्यते असौ सत्येन एनं तपसा यः अनुपश्यति. So the self within our own self has to be recognized. It is there, very much there, permanently, eternally there, waiting for us to recognize, like the oil in the till, etc. So to bring out those things, as we have to do those respective works of the oil is done by the patientum, the pressurizing it, and then the dahi taken out by the churning of it, dahi say the makhan. So each of them, the due efforts are put in the same way through the pranava upasana and pranava dhyana and pranava jnana and pranava chintana and pranava manana and pranava prarthana and pranava alambana. We have to discover the self in ourselves. All that we saw. Then to do that, you know, two very essential sadhanas are told here, which give us the preparation and qualification and permission. What are the two biggest obstacles for us in our spiritual journey? One is the outer world, second is our own upadhis. These are the two ones. Otherwise, we are sincere. So here a hint is given. One thought is told, all other we have to add. What is this? Finish off your all outer obligations by Satya, so that none of the outer world is anymore distracting you or troubling you. In the same way, the inner problem of faculties. sort it out with this sadhana called as tapasya. Satya and tapasya, only two words are used. But Bhagavan Shankara explains to us. But from that explanation, further clearly we have to understand. So Satya means all outer management. Tapaha means all inner management. Then embark on this using the pranava for the upasana ityadi. Then discover the self hidden inside. And these things are time and again come in front of us. We have to finish them, those obligations, if at all. So, what is that Satya? Yesterday we saw, Kena tarhi purushena atmani eva gruhyate. So, Kena purushena, by which person atmani, in his own self, the Brahman, the reality, is discovered, realized, and gets moksha. Answer is uchyate. Iti yata aha. One is satyena. One is satyena. Mm. Mm. Satyena. Generally, Satya word goes with speech. Therefore, Satyena is equal to Satyavachanena. Okay. Then, which is the Vachana Satyavachana? How do you define it? Isn't it? The Satyavachana is done by which Bhutahita happens. Okay. Satyavachana is done by which the Bhutahita happens. Now redefine Satya therefore. The redefinition of Satya is Bhutahita. Therefore, eliminate the other two things. One, Bhuta Priya, other Bhuta Ahita. When we do the Ahita to the Bhutas, then that becomes a Papa sin. That's the biggest problem. As long as we have a sinful life, we will never be entering into the sacred chambers of spirituality. Therefore, Ahita we will never do even in dream also, even once, for any of the beings. Again, all that is put in one word by the Lord, Adveshta Sarvam Bhutana. So भूतों का हित अहित करना 100% छोड़ना है. काया वाचा मनसा. By body, mind and speech, we cannot do ahita, harm to any of the beings, himsa, etc., if we are spiritual. Because that will bind us, that will not allow us to go inside the meditation. We will be house arrested, we will not be allowed. अहित करना छोड़ देना. Second is what? प्रिय भी नहीं करना. When we do priya to the people, then they get attached to us. Again, that also wastes their time, our time. Then what is left when the ahita and priya are given up? Hita only. And hita is always in spirituality. When you do the spiritual hita to others, they become introverted. They don't disturb us. In other helps, like priya, it is being extroverted thing. They again and again come to us to help, to ask for the help or any favor. And there is no end to it. Like Puja Gurudev. What did he do to us? He has done not the ahita. He has not done the priya. He has done the hita for us. What is hita in? Only in Adhyatmikata. Because he gave Adhyatmikata to us, we are becoming introverted only. Even if we depend on him, that's also again for Adhyatmikata, which is always happy and willing to help. But otherwise, we are not binding him, nor he is coming under any obligation. This is the true hita. Therefore, satyena means, see the clarity, yata bhuta hitartha vachanena bhuta hitena. Yatha bhuta hita artha vachanena bhuta hitena. Okay, in this there is one, the grosser meaning, second is subtler meaning. The grosser meaning, yatha bhuta as it is, hita, but it is helpful. Artha, that meaning having vachanena with the words. Words which have the meaning in which there is the hita and it is as it is. Yatha bhuta. It is not jhut. So yatha bhuta hitartha vachana. यथा भूत में जो हुआ जैसा हुआ वैसा, और उसको बताने के टाइम ऐसे बताओ कि उससे उनको हित होना चाहिए, है ना. लाइक somebody failed, you know it before that person, so he is failed, so you have to tell him you are failed. यथा भूत. बट दैट यथा भूत वर्ड एज इट हैज हैपेंड व्हेन यू हैव टू से, उनको हित करना चाहिए, है ना. हित कैसा, अच्छा हो गया तू फेल हो गया वेरी गुड, ऐसा कहने से हित नहीं होता. और उसको डांटो कोसो तब भी फिर हित नहीं होता. He'll feel regretted, demoralized, and very terrible it is. So what is the way to say? And if you say that कि तुमने बहुत मेहनत किया है फिर भी हो नहीं पाया for some reason, that is also little bit sentence. That also helps. Another one which can help is what? You have done a good job, but some more job is required. Try to focus on that, and definitely you'll become successful next time. This time you missed it. That's the meaning of yatha bhuta but hita artha vachana. That's called satya. In that there is no biasness from our side, there is no cheating from our side, there is no immaturity also from our side. And like a matrimonial, that पंडित जी नो वो संबंध रिलेशन मैच करने के लिए गए लड़की के लिए लड़के के पास या एनीवे, सो लड़के वालों को सब पसंद नहीं आया, so they refused. So they refused is the word. They have to, he has to tell to that girl side people or whatever boy. He cannot say oh तुम लोगों का ये वो कह के उन्होंने मना कर दिया करके. It is a यथा भूत, but हित में नहीं है उसमें. Then they feel miserable and all that. No. So we have to say the यथा भूत but हितार्थ वचन. They had their own priorities, these that qualities, etc. So they were not matching. Nothing like that. They will get some other girl. Same way, we'll also find another boy. So यथाभूत है लेकिन हित वचन. So यथाभूत हितार्थ वचन. This is the gross meaning of सत्य. Okay. Then subtle meaning of सत्य क्या है जो अभी बताया हमने 2 मिनट पहले. यथाभूत क्या है? What is the reality? Brahman only. हितार्थ means what? Encourage the people in the adhyatmika jivana. In that language we tell the people. उससे क्या होगा? If they practice, they are improved. If they don't practice, there is no loss from for us as well as because of us to them. क्योंकि हमने तो मिसगाइड तो नहीं किया उनको. Like I am doing these classes. This is yatha bhuta hitartha vachana. I am talking about the truth or reality. If you practice it, it is beneficial to you. नहीं करोगे तो I am not doing any wrong to you, no. I am not misguiding you towards artha kama or any of the other crimes or all. नहीं, it is always safe only. Therefore, yatha bhuta is atman. Yatha bhuta hitartha vachana means talk about the Paramatma. Even if to your children or wife or anybody. That is the real satya. That is ultimate. And the ultimate सत्य नहीं बोलते हुए और कुछ भी बोलना, proof that we are in still delusion and we are putting others also in delusion, not knowing that we are in delusion. Simple common sense. No, how can we talk or live anything other than the reality or the truth? कुछ भी बोलने से पहले हमें पहले ट्रुथ रियलिटी बोलना है. इज इट नॉट? अब ट्रुथ रियलिटी बोलने के बाद और क्या बचा है बोलने को? क्या जरूरत है बोलने को? It is a trick of the matured mind who understand like this. That's what we do every day. I speak to you truth before anything. After that, what else to talk? Nothing. So we put off the computer. You your way, I my way. Again, if at all we meet, I talk only truth. I am doing satya. You are also doing same. Coming, listening to the class. Enough. Baki sab we not here. With that, they have to be devalued only. They carry only the effect and value only when we value them in our mind unduly. So at the outer level also, yata bhuta, has it happened, but hita vachana. You have to speak in such a manner, उससे उनका हित होता है ना? In the police थाना, they try this first. बेटा तुम लोग ये चोरी वोरी कर रहे हो, उससे लोगों को इतना दुख होता है, ऐसा मत करो. यथा भूता एंड हितार्थ दे टेल. फर्स्ट राउंड बंदा सुधर गया, दे लीव हिम. अब नहीं है तो बट दे आर कमिटेड, दी पुलिस वाले, to free the society from these criminals. Therefore, they go to the next levels of treatments. Like the mother at home, father at home, teacher in the school, college. यथाभूत पहले आप बताओ उनके, तुम ठीक तरह नहीं पढ़ रहे हो बेटा, फिर मार्क्स नहीं आएंगे वगैरह, तो अच्छी तरह पढ़. If they don't do, then the other actions. So this is the gross meaning. The subtler meaning is what? चुप, like that ऋषभ देवा, मुंह में पत्थर लगा के बैठना. कुछ बोलना है तो परमात्मा के बारे में, बाकी नहीं तो नहीं बोल. And nothing wrong when we say I don't know about anything other than Paramatma, because it is fact. You can't know anything other than Paramatma because that is illusion. कुछ भी जो भगवान के अलावा है वो सारा माया है. तो उसको जानना का अर्थ क्या है? माया में फंसे हैं. They were saying I don't know about the world is real wisdom. Real wisdom, isn't it? I can only know and talk about truth. Truth also cannot be talked about, but it's okay. I just speak outside. It is experiential inside. So, satyena यथा भूत हितार्थ वचनेन भूत हितेन. इस तरह से भूत हित करना. So, दो बातें हैं. सत्य मीन्स वचन, सत्य मीन्स हित. सत्य मीन्स टॉकिंग, एंड टॉकिंग इज सत्य वचन. इन दैट भूत हित होने चाहिए और यथाभूत भी होना चाहिए. एंड बाय दिस भूत हितेन. Quotation: Satyam bhutahitam proktam iti smaranat. The real Satya is that in which that the hita is there for the people. Bhutahitam proktam. And hita and priya and ahita, you can see all the three. प्रिय तो कम करते जाना है, अहित तो कभी नहीं करना है, और प्रिय बोलना चाहिए. हितम बोलना. मोक्ष में हितम है, धर्म में प्रियम है, अर्थ काम में अप्रियम है, अहितम है सारे. And we do that only to our children. Only teach them artha kama, ahitam. थोड़ा सा धर्म प्रियम, बट हितम द मोक्ष तो डरते बोलने के लिए. विचित्र जंतु है हम तो. डेली बोलना चाहिए, पीछे पढ़ पढ़ कर बोलना चाहिए. हर दिन आज से आप 3 बार फोन करो आपके बच्चों को, सुबह दोपहर शाम. Did you do meditation? Did you study Upanishad? Did you listen to Swami's class? 10 बार इतना तंग करो उनको. हाँ, उसके बाद देखो वो लोग कितना आपको याद करेंगे कि दे टोल्ड दैट्स व्हाई लिटिल संस्कारस वी हैव नाउ. अरे यही पूछो बेटा खाना खाया है बेटा, वो बिना पूछे भी करेगा वो, और आपने पूछा करके 2 बार खाएगा. नारायण. See our attachment, how it spoils the children. बेटा दांत मांज लिया क्या, बेटा नहाया क्या, बेटा 1 साल हो गए प्लीज नहाओ. You, what a funny creatures we are all. Remember पिछले 15 दिन में how many times you spoke to your children or brothers, sisters? How many times we talked about Sadvastu, Atmavastu? नहीं स्वामी, सत्य वस्तु बोलने से लोग भागते हैं. हाँ, उससे ज्यादा और क्या चाहिए? When people run away from us, you are free to do your sadhana. Ahita and Priya we talk. Now the consequence of it is what? The ahita bole, there is regret and guilt. Priya bole, that attachment to thoughts. तो हित कर दिया तो Yata bhuta yatartha vachana. We have fulfilled our obligation, so we can relax. Such a relaxed mind is required for making use of the Omkara Alabhara for the inner journey. That's the idea. या हम प्रिय कर रहे हैं या अहित कर रहे हैं, इसलिए हमको साधना नहीं हो रहा है. अब हित करो, उसमें क्या है? सत्य वचन. सत्य वचन इज रिगार्डिंग परमात्मा तत्व, and whatever we have to talk, whenever we have to talk satya. Bas. They look to be very superficial, but they have very powerful effect. Like मैंने आपको एक कोई बात झूठ बोला मानो, दिन भर वो मेरे को सताता है वो. Is it not a very effective thing? Means negatively effective. सत्य बोल दिया मानो, हो गया बस खत्म बात. Now it is in your hands how to understand or interpret. मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? Right. Second one, tapasa. The second sadhana told in this sloka is tapasa. What is tapasa? Indriya manasam aikagriya lakshanena. So indriya and manasam aikagriya lakshanena tapasa. Second thing we have to do with ourselves is aikagriyam, ekagrata, single pointedness. And that point is Paramatma. Of what? Indriyanam manasaha. All our indriyas and mana have only one goal of Paramatma. That way, bringing our faculties into concentration is called tapasya. That is important. So the quotation is manasascha indriyanam cha aikagryam paramam tapaha. So it comes in स्मृति शास्त्र कि मन एंड इंद्रियों का एकाग्र करना परम तपस्या है. That is what is achieved through shama and dama, which is very, very essential. And luckily, what we spoke today as the fifth point in our common sense thought can help us in this regard. When everybody is busily engaged in their own goals, whatever they are, and achieving, different entertaining field, sports field, political field, वो लोग करके अपना अचीव कर रहे हैं. Why can't we in our own field? One thing. Second is indriyanam ekagrata, manasaha ekagrata. This is called paramatapaha. Our mind should be always in our hands, and that mind we have to be applying in only our adhyatmic sadhana. And indriyana ekagram is, if the eye is the indriya, ability to do the trataka, which is required. When you do the upasana Paramatma, when you want to see his form and make his form embedded in our heart, that trataka is required. One sadhana, you go on looking at. It's called as Ankaka Ekagrata, backed by the mind also. Mind and senses go together. Mind, senses have to work only when the mind is behind. So too the Ekagrata of the ears. Like you are in the class. Other than what is said here, nothing should be heard and mind also should be there with full ekagrata. ये दोनों है. Main is these eyes and ears. The nose and the skin, they are less that much troubling. Tongue is again ekagrata of the tongue. What is the ekagrata of the tongue is? A fixed diet, a fixed talk. This is two in one, no? कर्मेंद्रिय भी है और ज्ञानेंद्रिय भी है. So fixed things to talk and fixed time or the quantity or quality of the food, that is called ekagrata. And even that comes with matured understanding. Otherwise, on the name of new things or varieties, we go on like a glutton, only eating, eating. ये बनाओ, वो बनाओ, ये खाओ, वो खाओ. जिंदगी पूरा उसी में जाता है. एकाग्र person, I don't ask whatever you make, बस इतना, two chapati this much, whatever sabji dal you make. He has achieved the tongue ekagrata, tougher than any one of them. So too, the ekagrata of the mind, speech is talk, जब जरूरत है, जरूर talk. जब नहीं है जरूरत, जरूर नहीं talk. That's called as वाणी का एकाग्रता. So in this way, very, very important this is. Manasasya indriyanam ekagram. And how do we achieve it is what? As we saw yesterday earlier, Viveka Vairagya. I am in this path and this goal. All else is not, has no relation to me. इन से विवेक करोगे, वैराग्य करोगे, तब ही इंद्रियों का और मन का एकाग्रता होगा. And on any front, either for the sake of bhoga, for the sake of name and fame, and for the sake of obligation, even on the name of the stupid thing called as duty. If we become anekagra in our mind and senses, then we are not available for adhyatmic sadhana for ourselves. Therefore, indriyanam cha manasah cha ekagram param tapah iti smaranat. Enam atmanam yaha anupashyati. With these two things and taking the Omkara as a alambana, the one who does the inner churning of jnana, dhyana, upasana, prarthana, ityadi, ayanam atmanam, this Brahman as his own self, or this person anupashyati. He will be able to achieve. So क्या हुआ फिर पूरा श्लोक तिलेषु तैलम ददनीव सर्पिहि आपः स्रोतस्सु अरिणीषु चग्नि वो है उसको अपने अपने तरीके से इट इज ब्रॉट आउट एवं इन द सेम वे आत्मा गृह्यते आत्मनि गृह्यते the self is realized within our own selves through omkara from the earlier shloka you have to bring or any such sadhanas but for that the most important things to manage our outer and inner life are satyena then tapasa whoever सत्यवान है तपस्या किया है फिर ओंकार का आलंबन किया है अंतर्मतन किया है यह whoever he may be anupashyati the inner self he realizes as the self the brahman so little more homework on this shloka for more clarity if one can do it is of immense help but today the two things which we discussed about satya that clear off that obligation to the world by doing the hita to them that's it and here this side 24-hour chaukanarayana indriya or mana always eka manasascha indriyanam aikagriyam paramam tapa tapa has got so many definitions which we have discussed in very many occasions if we feel like tomorrow we'll do one or two or else we straight away enter into the next mantra now the next mantra ka sambandha bhashya kya hai katham enam anupashyati so how the paramatma anubhavati or experience or darshana can be told as how it looks like मतलब you can't say कि आत्मा ये रंग वाला है ये रूप वाला है but again even to explain the अनुभूति एग्जाम्पल का ही हेल्प लिया जाता है while telling the sadhana also the hetu drishtanta upamana yukti they only are used and after अनुभूति also only उपमान उदाहरण के द्वारा ही कह सकते हैं because the experience of atman cannot be brought out and shown you even some of the sweets when I eat how is the taste of the sweet how I can communicate to you थोड़ा आपको दे तो जब आप खाओगे तभी आपको पता होता otherwise any intellectual description of the taste will not be tasty then the thing you give you enjoy it here also some examples are given otherwise it cannot be communicable the experience so sarvavyapinam आत्मानं क्षीरे सर्पिरिवाखिलम् आत्मविद्या तपोमूलं तद्ब्रह्मोपनिषत्परम् सर्वव्यापिनमात्मानं क्षीरे सर्पिरिवाखिलम् आत्मविद्या तपोमूलं तद्ब्रह्मोपनिषत्परम् is a beautiful mantra. We'll spend time for it tomorrow. मेन मंत्र का अध्ययन करेंगे भाष्य से भी अध्ययन करेंगे ओम 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमाते तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु homework is just contemplate on satya and tapasya now join in 5 minutes for bhagavad gita conclusion first chapter हो सकता